Hi guys, it's Diana, and I'm going to be making a video about how to survive college with tips and advice and just things you are going to need if you are going to college or if you're currently in college. Before I begin the video, I'd like to say that I am currently a senior at Marquette University studying sociology and communication studies. I hope you guys enjoy this video and find it very beneficial, and let's just get right into it. So the first thing I will be talking to you about is time management. Now, time management is very essential to succeed academically in college. You will find yourself having a lot of extra time compared to when you were in high school. But don't be tricked. If you have that extra time, use it wisely and efficiently. On the Dartmouth website, they provided 20 tips for their students to effectively manage their time. And I found 3 of those tips very accurate and impactful to at least my college experience. The first one was to remind ourselves that there is always enough time for the important things. This relates to prioritizing what you find essential to your college experience. I think the most obvious thing that should be number one in everyone's college experience is their classes, because when it comes down to it, you are attending college to get an education. So everything else falls after that, whether it is working or joining any organizations or even socializing. The second advice I found to be relevant from the Dartmouth website was to look ahead in your month and try to anticipate what is going to happen so you can better schedule your time. This definitely relates to prioritizing, but a tool that can help you to improve this skill would be an agenda. I personally like to write everything down in a physical agenda. I write every single thing in my syllabus down to the chapters that I need to read for the week or projects that are due in the future. I know some friends enjoy using a virtual agenda like Google Calendars or something, because it's easily accessible as long as you have Wi-Fi, and it weighs so much less in your book bag. But whatever your preference is and whatever works better for you. The final tip from this college website is to start with your most difficult parts of projects or papers. This again relates to the last tip. If you schedule your most difficult task early on, completing entire projects or papers won't be as scary because you took the time to complete each portion of it beforehand. Continuing on to the second part of the video, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the benefits that come from being able to efficiently manage your time. This information is provided by the University of Nebraska Omaha website. The first benefit of managing your time wisely is you won't miss deadlines. I have witnessed students come into class not realizing that there is an exam or project or paper due, and they essentially just get a lower score than those people who write everything down in their agenda and are on top of their things. Also, it looks really bad with your professor if you just seem really unorganized. The second benefit is being prepared for the busy weeks in advance. I personally find that I handle my most stressful weeks if I write every single thing down in my agenda again, and if I plan for every single thing. For example, if one day I have work and I have something due and I have an assignment due or a reading due, I write down everything down to the amount of time I allow myself to complete each task. The third and final benefit is feeling less stressful overall. When you manage your time wisely, you just feel so much less stress. And according to the Psych Central, exams and academics are actually some of the high stressors that students experience. And stress overall affects your academic performance. So it's a never-ending cycle of stress. Some ways that you can relieve stress is by competing in sports, listening to music, hanging out with friends, sleeping your 8 hours, going into isolation a little bit and recharging your batteries. Any of those methods can help. Doing yoga, but keep in mind that what works well for you may not work well for the other person, and what works well for the other person may not work well for you. So my recommendation is to just try all of the different methods and strategies that you can find and just see which one works best for you and stick with that one. Before I end the video, I would like to say that there is no right or wrong way to do college. Everyone has a different method to succeeding in college. Navigating through college can be very, very tough, especially if you're a first-generation student and you don't have anyone telling you or giving you these advice or tips. So I hope I've provided you with some insight on some of the best ways to approach college. Thank you.